Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're journeying back in time, way back. Before the glories of ancient Greece and the might of Rome, we're heading to the sparkling Aegean Sea to uncover Europe's very first great civilization. Forget what you think you know, because this story is filled with bull leapers, mysterious palaces, and a society that vanished almost overnight. So, where does our story begin? On the beautiful island of Crete, around 3000 BCE here, a remarkable culture known as the Minoans emerged. Named after the legendary king Minos, these people weren't warriors in the traditional sense. They were traders, artists, and engineers, and they built a society that was centuries ahead of its time. For nearly 2,000 years, they were the undisputed masters of the sea, their influence stretching across the Mediterranean. At the heart of Minoan civilization were their magnificent palaces. These weren't just royal residences, they were sprawling complexes that served as administrative centers, religious hubs, and massive storage facilities. The most famous of these is the Palace of Knossos. Imagine a labyrinthine structure with over 1,000 rooms, spread across multiple levels, all connected by winding corridors and grand staircases. It was a true architectural marvel. What's fascinating about Knossos is the lack of defensive walls. Unlike other ancient cities that were heavily fortified, Minoan palaces were open. This suggests a relatively peaceful society, confident in their naval power to protect their island home. They didn't fear invasion, they ruled the waves. Inside these palaces, archaeologists discovered vibrant frescoes, beautiful pottery, and intricate jewelry, all pointing to a culture that deeply valued art and beauty. The frescoes at Knossos are like a window into their world. They depict scenes of daily life, religious ceremonies, and incredible athletic feats. The most iconic of these is the bull leaping fresco. It shows young men and women somersaulting over the back of a charging bull. Was this a sport? A religious ritual? We still don't know for sure, but it highlights the central role the bull played in their culture, likely as a powerful religious symbol. It's a breathtaking image of courage and grace. Another mystery is their writing. The Minoans had a script called Linear A. We found it inscribed on clay tablets all over Crete, but to this day, no one has been able to decipher it. What secrets do these tablets hold? Are they records of trade, lists of goods, religious hymns, or epic poems? Until we crack the code, a huge part of the Minoan story remains locked away, fueling endless speculation and research. It's one of history's greatest unsolved puzzles. Unlike the patriarchal societies that would later dominate the region, there's strong evidence that women held a high and respected status in Minoan culture. They appear prominently in frescoes, often depicted as priestesses or even goddesses leading religious ceremonies. Figurines of a snake goddess, a powerful female deity holding snakes in her hands, have been found in abundance. This suggests a society that may have worshipped female gods and given women significant authority, a stark contrast to the worlds of Athens and Rome that followed. The Minoan economy was powered by trade. Their ships, laden with timber, olive oil, wine, and exquisite pottery, sailed to Egypt, the Near East, and mainland Greece. In return, they brought back copper, tin, ivory, and precious metals. They created a vast and prosperous trading network that was the envy of the ancient world. They were the original maritime superpower of Europe, connecting different cultures and spreading their own unique artistic style far and wide. So, what happened to this brilliant civilization? Around 1450 BCE, the Minoan world came to a sudden and catastrophic end. The palaces were destroyed, the towns abandoned. For a long time, the prevailing theory was a massive volcanic eruption on the nearby island of Thera, now known as Santorini. The explosion, one of the largest in human history, would have triggered colossal tsunamis, rained down ash, and devastated Minoan agriculture and shipping, leading to their collapse. However, recent archaeological evidence complicates this picture. While the Thera eruption was undoubtedly devastating, some palaces show signs of rebuilding before a final wave of destruction. New evidence points to invasion, possibly by the Mycenaeans from mainland Greece. These were a more militaristic people who likely saw an opportunity to take control of the lucrative Minoan trade routes after the civilization was weakened by the natural disaster. It seems the end was a tragic one-two punch of nature's fury and human ambition. After the collapse, the Minoan culture faded, absorbed into the rising Mycenaean world. The grand palaces fell into ruin, and their memory survived only in myth, particularly the tale of King Minos, the labyrinth, and the fearsome Minotaur. For thousands of years, the Minoans were thought to be nothing more than a legend. It wasn't until the early 20th century, when archaeologist Sir Arthur Evans began excavating at Knossos, that the truth of this incredible lost civilization was rediscovered, proving that the myths held a kernel of historical truth. The legacy of the Minoans is immense. They laid the groundwork for what would become Western civilization. Their art, architecture, and maritime skills heavily influenced the later Mycenaeans, and through them, the classical Greeks. They were Europe's first leap into complex urban living, sophisticated art, and international trade. They proved that a civilization could thrive on commerce and culture, not just conquest. They are a vital, vibrant, and often mysterious first chapter in the story of Europe.